graph of polynomial function. Part 2. So this is the second part of our video lesson about the graph of polynomial function. The graph of polynomial function. Steps in graphing polynomial functions. First step, write the polynomial in factored form. Then, find the x-intercepts and determine the multiplicity of roots. Make a table of values, then plot the points. Then find the maximum number of turning points. Determine the end behavior. Example, draw the graph of f of x is equals to x to the fourth minus 2x cubed minus 3x squared. Let us write the polynomial in factored form. So you already learned how to factor a polynomial using synthetic division. So naituro ko na yon sa aking previous videos. So the factored form is f of x is equals to x squared times x minus 3 times x plus 1. Next step, find the x-intercepts. To find the x-intercept, let us set y is equals to 0. So x squared is equals to 0, x minus 3 is equals to 0, and x plus 1 is equals to 0. Therefore, x here is equals to 0 and has a multiplicity of 2. Then x is equals to 3 has a multiplicity of 1. X is equals to negative 1 and has a multiplicity of 1. Next step, find the y-intercepts. To find the y-intercepts, let us set x is equals to 0. So, change the value of x by 0. So, y is equals to 0 squared times 0 minus 3 times 0 plus 1. So, any number multiplied to 0 is always equals to 0. Therefore, y is equals to 0. So, ang y-intercept natin ay 0, 0 or it is located at the point of origin. Then, let us make table of values. So, una nating ilagay yung mga x-intercepts niya. So, ang x-intercepts niya 0, 3, negative 1. Ayusin lang natin sa number line. So, lagay muna natin ang 0 sa gitna. Then, to the right, ayan, if x is 0, y is 0. Then, if x is 1, so wag muna nating sagutan niya kasi hindi naman siya intercept. Dito na lang. Okay, if x is 2. Then, if x is 3, y is 0. Dito na tayo sa to the left. If x is negative 1, since this is an x-intercept, y is equals to 0. Then, if x is negative 2. So, conclusion natin. The graph is tangent to the x-axis at 0, 0 since it has a multiplicity of 2. The graph will cross the x-axis at 3, 0 and negative 1, 0 since it has a multiplicity of 1. The degree of our polynomial is 4 and the leading coefficient is positive. So, the end behavior, if the degree is an even number and the leading coefficient is positive, the graph rises to the left and rises to the right. The maximum number of turning points. Since the degree is 4, the maximum number of turning points is 4 minus 1, so it is equals to 3. Ayan. So, i-graph na natin yung polynomial. So, lagay muna natin yung table of values natin kanina. This is the x-axis and the y-axis. Let us plot first the x-intercepts. Negative 1, 0. Yan, it is located here. Then 0, 0, point of origin. And we have 3, 0. Next, if x is equals to negative 2, substitute the value of x by negative 2. So we have negative 2 square times negative 2 minus 3 times negative 2 plus 1. Sinubstitute ko lang ang negative 2 sa x. So therefore, y is equals to 20. So ilalagay natin ang 20. Then we will locate if x is negative 2, nasaan yung negative 2? Y is 20. So nandoon siya sa taas. Ayun, nilocate ko siya. Yung kulay yellow yung dot. Next. If x is equals to 1, substitute the value of x by 1. So, naging 1 square times 1 minus 3 times 1 plus 1. So, y is equals to negative 4. Ulit. X is 1, so dito siya, no? 1 step to the right, then negative 4, 4 steps downward. So, yung 1, negative 4, dito siya ilolocate. Ayon. Nilagay ko na yung negative 4 sa table of values. Now, if x is equals to 2, let us substitute. So, therefore, y is equals to negative 12. So, if x is positive 2, we will count from the point of origin 2 units to the right and 12 units downward. So, andun yung negative 12. Ayan, nilocate natin siya. Next. Yan, sinulat na yung negative 12. So, yung conclusion natin kanina, the graph is tangent to the x-axis at 0. Tingnan natin kung tama. I-graph natin yung polynomial. Ayan. The graph is tangent to the x-axis at 0, 0. Tangent siya, hindi siya lumagpas sa x-axis. It just touches the x-axis. The graph will cross the x-axis at 3, 0. Saan yung 3, 0? Ayun. Tignan nyo. It crosses the x-axis at 3, 0 and negative 1, 0. So, tama. The degree is 4. The leading coefficient is positive. The end behavior, the graph rises to the left and rises to the right. So, the maximum number of turning points is 3. Another example. Draw the graph of y is equals to negative x to the 5th plus 3x to the 4th plus x cubed minus 7x squared plus 4. So, let us write the polynomial in factored form. So, y is equals to negative x plus 1 square times x minus 1 times x minus 2 square. So, na-factor na natin siya. Let us equate this to 0 to find the x-intercept. X plus 1 square equals 0. X minus 1 is equals to 0. X minus 2 square is equals to 0. So, ito, x is equals to negative 1, x is equals to 1, and x is equals to 2. Ang multiplicity niya ay, it has a multiplicity of 2. So, if x is equals to 1, it has a multiplicity of 1. And if x is equals to 2, it has a multiplicity of 2. Now, let us find the y-intercepts. Let us set x is equals to 0. So, isulat natin yung equation. Palitan natin lahat ng x ng 0. Therefore, y is equals to 4. So, ang y-intercept natin ay 0, 4. Ayan. Let us make table of values. So, ang x-intercepts natin, negative 1, 1, 2. So, ilagay muna natin sa gitna ang 0. Then, if x is 0, y is 4. Yan ang ating y-intercept. If x is equals to 1, y is 0. If x is equals to 2, y is 0. If x is equals to 3, so mamaya na yan. So, dito to the left, if x is equals to negative 1, y is 0. Inuna muna natin yung mga x-intercepts. Mamaya isolve natin yan. Now, ang conclusion natin, the graph is tangent to the x-axis at negative 1, 0 and 2, 0. Kasi ang multiplicity nila ay 2. 2 is an even number. So, it will not pass through the x-axis. It just touches the x-axis. And the graph will cross the x-axis at 1, 0. Kasi ang multiplicity niya ay 1. And 1 is an odd number. The degree of the polynomial is 5. The leading coefficient is negative. So, ang end behavior natin, if the degree is an odd number and the leading coefficient is negative, the graph rises to the left and falls to the right. How many maximum number of turning points? Kung ang degree mo ay 5, 5 minus 1, so the maximum number of turning points is 4. Iga-graph na natin siya ngayon. Ito yung table of values niya. I-plot muna natin yung mga x-intercepts. X-axis, y-axis, negative 1, 0. I-plot natin, yan, dyan siya. Then 0, 4 sa y-axis, 1, 0, x-axis, 2, 0, x-axis. Now, if x is equals to negative 2, substitute the value of x by negative 2. So, we have y is equals to 48. Ilagay natin siya sa table of values. Now, how will you locate 48? Negative 2. So, you will count 2 units to the left from the point of origin. Pero hindi na natin maabot yung 48, kulang yung space. So, ang ibig sabihin niyan, itong arrow na ito, pag diniretso mo yan, aabot doon yung graph niya hanggang 48. Y is equals to 48. Now, if x is equals to 3, substitute the value of x by 3, then you will get y is equals to negative 32. Nasaan yung x is equals to 3? So, dito, you will count 3 units to the right, then locate negative 32 downward. Ito yung arrow tinuturo niya. Kulang kasi yung space. Ayan. So, let us now draw the graph. Ayan. Let us check. The graph is tangent to the x-axis at negative 1, 0 and 2, 0. So, tama. Hindi siya lumagpas sa x-axis. The graph will cross the x-axis at 1, 0. Ayan yung 1, 0. Dumaan doon yung graph. The degree is 5. The leading coefficient is negative. So, the end behavior, the graph rises to the left and falls to the right. So, tama, no? Then, the maximum number of turning points, kasi 5 minus 1, 4. So, tingnan nyo, bilangin nyo yung turning points, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, our graph is correct. So that's all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is Teacher Nati saying, let us thank God for all the blessings that He has given us.